it with music, beautiful music.
Hello, I'm Fred Miller, and this is yet another one of my lectures in song. And as usual, my pal Clyde has made his appearance at the very beginning of the program. It'll be a cameo, I think. He won't be singing much. Anyway, before we go into the songs and really the events of 1957 through 1964, a little bit of information about me. I was a baby boomer. This is really my age. I was born in the early 50s in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Had a wonderful classical piano teacher, and that would go on very devotedly until right on my 13th birthday, literally the day I turned into a teenager. The Beatles arrived in America, and my musical taste expanded to include the great rock songs of the 60s. That would go on through high school till the summer after I graduated. A friend showed me an ad for a big rock festival taking place in upstate New York. And, of course, we were up for a big adventure the summer after graduating from high school. So I said, let's go, and we went. Hitchhiked from New Mexico to the Woodstock Festival. I even managed to show up very prominently in the poster. But that was it for rock music. I didn't want to be a rock musician, and I didn't think I was cut out to be a classical musician. I went to college very briefly, then toured around the country a bit in my VW Bug, and finally settled in Greenwich Village. And at some point, somebody gave me an album of Ella Fitzgerald singing Cole Porter, and that was my music and remains my music. The world of Gershwin, Porter, Kern, Rogers, Berlin, Fred Astaire, Judy Garland, Ethel Merman, Frank Sinatra, Bing Crosby. The glorious golden age of the American popular song. I came up with the idea of a lecture in song, each one being some profile of a great personality or some aspect of American popular song. I started with 6 programs. I really thought that was going to be it, but then I kept adding and adding songwriters, performers, holidays, novelties, history, you name it. And now at this point I have 75 different lectures in song, each one described in detail at fredmillermusic.com. The program at hand is part of a series within the larger series. It's a series, I call it Eras, going back to the very beginnings of the country. I've divided American history into 7 different parts, and you may have seen the first 5 parts from the days of Yankee Doodle on through, of course, the baby boom years, the post-World War II years. This program, 1957 to 1964, well, what else can we do except start year by year, almanac style? First good news is the Dow was up. This is 1957. A teacher's salary, average teacher's salary, would be $4,085. A doctor, $22,100. Rich. Sputnik was launched. Jimmy Hoffa was elected president of the Teamsters. A guy named Mike Todd, a producer in Hollywood, said, "Everything I have is hers, and brother, that's plenty." He was talking about his wife, Elizabeth Taylor. Advertisements. Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. TV premieres, Mike Wallace interview, Tales of Wells Fargo with Dale Robertson, Perry Mason with Raymond Burr, Have Gun Will Travel with Richard Boone. These are all familiar to those of us who grew up at the time. To Tell the Truth with Bud Collyer, Leave It to Beaver, Maverick, Bachelor Father with John Forsythe, American Bandstand with Dick Clark. Premiered 1957. TV specials, The Miracle Worker with Teresa Wright, Annie Get Your Gun with Mary Martin and John Raitt. Oh, I remember the excitement out in New Mexico. Live from Broadway, Mary Martin, Annie Get Your Gun, and Peter Pan, all those things. Face the Nation, an interview with Khrushchev himself. 5 of the top 10 shows were Western. Jack Parr replaced Steve Allen on The Tonight Show. Films, Bridge on the River Kwai with Alec Guinness and William Holden. Three Faces of Eve with Joanne Woodward. Peyton Place with Lana Turner. Sayonara with Marlon Brando and Red Buttons. Witness for the Prosecution with Marlene Dietrich and Charles Lawton, not Red Buttons. A Face in the Crowd with Andy Griffith. The top stars are Rock Hudson, John Wayne, Pat Boone, Elvis, and Frank Sinatra. Plays on Broadway. What a great age it was. Look Homeward Angel, Dark at the Top of the Stairs, Look Back in Anger, Compulsion, Orpheus Descending. Serious stuff. The Pulitzer Prize went to Long Day's Journey into Night. Writers still in full flower: Steinbeck, Faulkner, Kerouac, Isaac Bashevis Singer, Lawrence Durrell, Kay Thompson, Ayn Rand, selling writers. Khrushchev tauntingly said to us Americans, with Sputnik out there in space, he said, we're waiting for you American satellites to join us out here. We're lonely. 200,000 VW Beetles were on the road. Consumption of margarine overtook butter. Ford introduced the great, glorious success, the Edsel. New words in the language: Asian flu, the common market, meter maid, fact sheet, bird dog, and shook up. Yeah. There was the first solar building in Albuquerque, my hometown. Pocket-sized transistors, animal insurance, electric typewriters, Union Carbide, Gino's Pizza, and the Rock Age, now starting with the Everly Brothers. Wake up, little Susie, wake up. Wake up, little Susie, wake up. We've both been sound asleep. Wake up, little Susie, and we. The movie's over, it's 4 o'clock. We're in trouble deep. Wake up, little Susie. Wake up, little Susie. And of course, the man, the king, walking through the party in the county jail. The prison band was there and they began to wail. The band was jumping and the drum began to swing. Sure to hear the knocked out jailbird sing, let's rock, let's rock. Everybody in the wholesale block was dancing to the jailhouse rock. And then the variety of music: Harry Belafonte, Deo, Deo, daylight come and me wanna go home. Well, I'm loading in my boats all night.